Well, hello friends. I bet you wonder what I've been doing with my day today. Well, as you can see, I've been doing a little watering and a little weeding. Yeah, I've been kind of busy out here today, but it's video time. And you know what? I think we're going to have to talk about foraging again because some of our friends have got some things to add to the list. And we have a couple of good questions. And plus a comment. You know, Healthy Living with Wendy. I'm almost for sure that's the channel. She asked about the cactus behind me. She says it's humongous. And she's right. But you know what? This little plant, well, it's not little, but anyway, Quiet got this when we went to visit the Hollywood sign. Just a bunch of them just growing there. He just took something about the size of, let's turn this around so you can see. Something about the size of this. Now my hand isn't really all that close, but you can see it's bigger than my hand. And it's thick too. So we planted this, and yeah, we've got a nice little source of food here. If you collect the leaves when they're thin like this, I have made scrambled eggs with it before. I've made a salad with it before. Quiet and his friend, they like the fruit now too. I have made lemonade with that. I've made jelly with that. And before we get too far into the video, I just want to say one thing. I want to thank Patty's Southern Kitchen. And I'm going to put the name down here just to make for sure. Because she said something in her live the other day. Actually, she said it twice. But yesterday it just kind of sunk into me. She was talking about checking your mentions. You know, I didn't even know where my mentions were until this morning. I went and I looked, and you know, there are a couple of channels that have mentioned me. Now, here we go. And I want to thank them. It's Mary Precious Jones Huntsville and Anointed Prayers. They've both mentioned me. So I want to thank them both, you know, for for just giving me a little recognition. I'm like an attention hog, huh? And I just want to thank people that don't have channels. You know, I have several people. I went on Instagram and looked for them, and also on Facebook. So if I have subscribed to your channel and you don't have a YouTube channel, if you have either one of those, let me know, and I'll subscribe back to you over there. So with all that being said, friends, I guess it's time for us to get into our today's video. We're talking about foraging again. And our friends have a list for us. I guess what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go in and take a look at these channels that want to add to the list. So come on, friends, let's get to this. Well, here we are at the desk. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 friends who want to add what they forage for on our list. So let's take a look at the computer and get the list going. Okay, what I've done is I've just pulled up the video, and we're just going to go through the list, top to bottom. So nobody thinks I'm playing favorites. It's just, this is the way it's listed. This is the way we're going to do it today. So let's see who's first. First on our list is Grandma Sandy. And she lives right in town, she says. So she is going to just have to, if she forages, she's going to just have to go and look and see what she's got left in her garden. She also asked about the trees that make tea. We're just going to do a video about that because that's kind of interesting to me as well. So let's look at the next channel. Okay, now gardening is up next. And on her list, she's got blackberries, hazelnuts, figs, stinging nettle, and medlars. I probably mispronounced that. But that's her list. Here's Clive's Cadedrum Garden. He likes to forage for blackberries and things to put in his compost. Next, we have Crafted by God. And her list is, she grew up with pecan trees, green onions, and wild raspberries. But her grandmother never used the wild raspberries. And she can't quite figure out why. Well, I did a little looking around. Wild raspberries, if they're black, blue, or purple, that's a good sign. If they're orange or red, it's 50-50. Avoid green, white, and yellow. So, yeah. And she also asked how to tell if something is poisonous or not. And sometimes I'm not even so comfortable with what I find on the internet, because sometimes I think if you look hard enough, you can find the answer that you want. And sometimes it's not so clear. And yeah, I think get a good book by somebody that's really a good gardener, or follow a good gardening channel that forages, and you see them eating it and then they put out another video. Yeah, that means it's probably okay. And this page is Healthy Living with Wendy. She is the one that asked the question about the cactus, about the prickly pear, and we've already talked about that, but I want to thank her again for the question. Here's the channel, The Little White House, and they add asparagus to the list. Here's a nice little channel. That's my nephew, Timothy Chapman. He says he remembers his grandma, his mom, and aunties picking poke salad. That's a wild green. Thank you for this week's questions and for adding to the list. Thank you, friends, for watching. I appreciate you stopping by my channel. You could be doing a lot of things with your day, but you're spending a little bit of it with me, and I appreciate it. I really do. I guess that's all I have for today. And I still have a little time to go out and work in the garden before I put this into the computer. And so I guess that's all I have. Once again, thank you for spending some time with me. And until next week, when we're talking about teas, I'm going to say bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, friends. Bye-bye. Bye.